Dramatic incident unfolded in New York City as East River, when the Mexican Navy training ship, the cuauhtemoc, collided with the underside of the iconic Brooklyn Bridge. The crash, occurring just before 8:03 p.m., sent shockwaves through the city as hundreds of onlookers on the Brooklyn waterfront watched in disbelief, capturing the chaotic scene on their phone. The towering three-masted vessel, adorned with a massive Mexican flag and illuminated with strings of lights, was navigating the East River during a promotional tour when its 47-foot mast struck the bridge, causing at least two of them to snap and collapse. The impact was jarring, with videos showing the masts crumpling as the ship lurched backward, drifting toward the Brooklyn Promenade before coming to a stop near the Manhattan Bridge. The collision, described as a mass casualty event by the Mexican Navy, left 19 people injured, with 4 in critical condition, and sparked an immediate rescue operation involving the NYPD, FDNY, and Coast Guard. The cuauhtemoc, a 90-foot long bark built in Spain in 1982, had been docked at Pier 15 in the South Street Seaport since May 13 as part of a goodwill visit to the US, with its crew of 277, including naval cadets, preparing to depart for Iceland. Eyewitnesses reported a surreal scene as the ship approached the Brooklyn Bridge, its masts clearly too tall to clear the bridge, saw 27-foot clearance at high tide. Mike Dugan, an onlooker in Dumbo, recorded the incident and described the moment the masts hit, noting that the ship's height should have been an obvious concern for the crew. Bystanders like Salah and Ali, who were eating pizza nearby, recounted seeing crew members on the masts, some appearing to dangle from the rigging post-collision. "We saw people up there holding lights, and when the masts hit, they were just dangling," Salah said, adding that it took emergency responders about 5 to 10 minutes to begin rescuing those stranded. The sight of crew members clinging to the broken rigging, illuminated against the evening skyline, added to the harrowing nature of the event. Emergency response was swift, with police helicopters circling overhead and divers deployed to the East River as a precaution, though authorities later confirmed no one fell into the water. The NYPD reported that the ship had lost steering power, likely due to a mechanical failure, causing it to be pulled into the bridge by the river's current. Mayor Eric Adams, speaking at a press conference on the banks of the East River, confirmed that 19 people were injured, with the most critical cases involving sailors positioned on the masts at the time of the crash. The injured were transported to Bellevue Hospital and the Brooklyn Navy Yard for treatment. Despite the severity of the incident, the Brooklyn Bridge sustained no significant structural damage, and after a brief closure in both directions for inspection, it reopened by 10:20 p.m. The National Transportation Safety Board announced it would conduct an investigation to determine the exact cause of the mishap, with initial reports pointing to a possible misjudgment of the bridge clearance or mechanical issues. The incident, captured in chilling detail by bystanders, sparked widespread shock and comparisons to other maritime disasters, such as the 2024 Baltimore Bridge collapse. Social media posts on X reflected the public's astonishment, with one user writing, "Just watched the Brooklyn Bridge get smoked live by a boat with a massive Mexican flag." The cuauhtemoc, known as the Ambassador and Knight of the Seas, was part of a promotional tour for the upcoming Sail Forth event in 2026, celebrating America's 220th birthday. Its festive arrival earlier in the week, with cadets standing proudly on the masts and cultural displays on deck, stood in stark contrast to the chaotic scene on Saturday night. As the investigation continues, the Mexican Navy has emphasized its commitment to transparency and the safety of its personnel, while local and federal authorities, along with the Mexican consulate, are providing support to those affected. For now, the cuauhtemoc remains stranded in the East River, its broken masts a stark reminder of the night a naval training exercise turned into a near-tragic